Hey puzzle combaters. Alrighty, so I was going over the farming guide again and I kind of forgot about this. Because this is good to go through for any level player, honestly. And I had forgot that Governor and Matt recorded this data, so thanks to them for doing that. But this is based on all the special ops. Now, when we were first leveling up and we first got new players in my alliances, I always talked about some of this, but I kind of got away from that because we have a lot more higher level players now and players that have been around a while, so we kind of sort of know these things. And I was going through the farming guide and I thought, hey, this is something I haven't talked about in a long time, and I actually haven't done a video on this, so let's go. We'll do it now. Sorry about the yellow. This is the view only. I know that's kind of bright, hard on the eyes, but let's check out this first one, the crafting items 1. I always tell people not to do it when they're first starting out because it's too expensive and it's a drain on your resources for what you get out of it. So Governor and Matt have it down here as no as well. 450 XP per bolt, which isn't bad. The recruits is bad though. While some items have a significantly higher drop rate than any map stages, these items are received very frequently while farming for other items. So if you're a massive farmer like I am, you'll want to avoid this one because it's just, what's the point? There is no point. You'll end up getting that one item and maybe a couple of other things like maybe a crafting material, so you might get vials with it, but you only get like up to about 3 items total when you can go hit up 9-1 veterans and get all kinds of stuff with it. So not a good one there. Fine crafting items 2, honestly not really great there either. Circuit boards and titanium ingots, however you say that, I don't really care. That's fine, you can get those, but normal farming will also get you these as well, and usually the higher farming that you go, the better off you are. Like in my main account now, I hit up 13-8 veterans a lot, and sometimes I go higher as well, and these 2 items do drop, so I don't see a point in doing them. So the mine metal though is good, both of them. Now I find that I don't as often do them anymore now either, but the best metal bolt in game, so best metal to flag return, which is good, produces more metal than the max base production and the amount of time to regenerate the flags used. So there you go, also great for XP. And same with the second one, second best one. Produces more metal than max production in your mines, so that's good. In the amount of time to regenerate the bolts. That's really good. That's good points that they've made here. So I think I find myself doing mine metal 1 more than I do mine metal 2. I have a lot more metal than I need, but I do still keep building. I mean, my buildings have been maxed out for quite a while. I still keep crafting is what I should say, not building. So I find that I don't run through those as often as I used to. Find recruits. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to do those. You look at it, 3 and 3.3 on average per flag. So they've obviously made that one pretty good for us to do. Provides the same recruits with more XP than 8.2 regular. On average provides more recruits and XP than 8.2 regular, so Fine Recruits 2 is even better to do than the first one, which is cool. Alright, so, and then of course the collect gold, I think everybody does those are automatic. It's absolutely horrible for recruits per flag, and XP for that matter. But it's also free gold, which this game does not want to give you. Like, SG is really really tight on the purse strings with that sort of thing, so they don't really want to reward you very much for it, that's for sure. So this one is a good one to do when it comes out. I like the end note. XP recruits, food, iron, promotion materials, and crafting materials are all horrible.
Hi,
yes,
this is Judy,
yes,
a
they
Walmart
really are
pharmacist.
on that one.
Did you know it's important to regularly monitor your blood pressure no matter how
That's
old
too
you
funny.
are? Ask your local Walmart pharmacist.
Alright, the scavenge resources, I think the second one's better to do than the first one. Personally, I know it's not as good on XP or recruits, but... So, on the first one, of course you get the silver summon ticket, which is good because we all need feeders. And, of course, it's going to help your POV. Fast XP farming provides nearly equivalent food and iron and better recruits than 13-8 veterans. Best map stage for XP. There you go. Good note. 5 loot tickets. Yeah, I mean, on the second one, I always do it for the loot tickets. Those don't come very often either, right? And of course they sell loot tickets both in the shop under different deals, and they also sell the loot ticket deals, the one that is $14 Canadian, where you get the one wee flask with it. So obviously loot tickets are a big thing, and of course if you're a big farmer and you want to always use up your wee like I do, if I don't have time then I'm gonna loot ticket something, right? So I do like keeping those around, so I always make sure that I do that one. Alright, so the collect weapons, it says maybe, you know what, I always do it because of the 3-star items. The 3-star, like the foregrip, and that becomes so precious in the Weaponsmith 10. So if you don't have the Weaponsmith built, the 3-star weapons may be extremely useful. If you have the Weaponsmith built, this op is not worth the bolts. Well, I don't know about that because of how, if you want to run Weaponsmith 10 like I do all the time, I need those 3-star parts. Because I'm very, very cheap to play and free to play most of the time, so my alt account has a hell of a time being free to play doing anything with weapons. So I always do this one, collect weapons, because if nothing else I'll get some of the 3-star parts to advance my weapons or to be able to run my weaponsmith. So it's pretty crazy how expensive that damn weaponsmith is. Alright, so gain XP, yes, they're absolutely, both of them are worth doing. And look at the XP you gain from the second one. The second one's awesome to do. Second best XP per flag in the game, and then the second one is the actual best XP per flag in the game. So yeah, I always look forward to those ones coming out, as I'm sure a lot of others do. Okay, the gather food 1 and 2, I don't do those on a regular basis anymore. I have tons of food stored up in both my weaponsmiths and my TS20s. So there's almost no point in me doing this, especially if I've got full food. If I'm looking to use up flags quick, I may. Like in level 82 in my main account, I think it is, and I have 57 for 58 flags. So if I'm looking to use some flags up, and I may run through some of these that I don't normally do, and I'm not looking to burn loot tickets, then these always cost higher XP, so I might go through it. But the fine food isn't one that's really I'm after anymore, that's for sure. So it does provide the highest food per flag in the game. But if you look at this part, this is a good note. 3 level 20 farms produce more food in the time it takes to replace the used up flags. So, and the second one. So The second one provides more food per bolt than any map stage. Alright, so that's cool. But 2 level 20 farms produce more food in the time it takes to replace the bolts used. That is a very good point. I'm glad that they put some of these points on here. So, alright, find combat items 1 and 2. I don't think either of them are worth doing myself either. Now the find combat items 2, I might do that because of the energy drink that fills up a hero right away. The 100% energy drink. But otherwise I don't think it's worth doing. Look at how low the XP is and the recruits per flag. Only good for players just starting the game. Poor XP, recruits, food, and iron. These items can be crafted extremely easily, and that is true on this one because I think it's the small energy drinks. You get gunpowder, but on the second one, the 100% energy drinks are a little more expensive to craft. And I know personally I don't care about the raid flask because that's usually what it is, a raid flask. I've got, I don't know, 80 something of those, 85 maybe, I don't know. So I'm not really after the flask by any means, but the energy drinks for me. But it is a good point that items can be crafted from a crafting material collected during your farming of the map stages, so that is a good point too. So I mean, you'll get these items to craft while you're farming like crazy, like I do. So lots to think about with these ones though. Honestly, some of them are not worth doing, and when you're first starting out, definitely avoid that crafting items one. It's not worth it at all. So, and these recommendations are based on if you need the items the special ops provides. If you need the items, then yes, I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it, but honestly, it's better to do the special ops versus farming on the map. In that case, if you do actually need it, but I don't know, if you don't need the items, then it's just not worth it. If you don't need the items, then completing the special ops will likely hold no benefit for you, and then you're waiting on all that Wii to restore as well. So if you have lots of flasks, I mean, go for it, and some people buy them out of the shop, and some people buy them in packs. When they come, like with the loot ticket, it has 1 Wii flask, so some people buy the special event ones too, where it provides 10 flasks at the end along with whatever event coins and that sort of thing. So I don't know, it depends on your needs and whether you're cheap to play, free to play, pay to win, pay to play, whatever the case may be. But yeah, this is definitely something to think about when you're really looking to expand, whether or not you want to do all these. And if you're an avid farmer like I am, I did find this very interesting when they said they were going to record the data on this. I'm like, cool! Because I've been recommending to newer players not to bother with Find Crafting Items 1 since the beginning, so I just found that kind of funny. I'm like, oh, I need to do a video on this. This is good information. So, alright, I will post a link to the farming guide again in the description, and it is also available online, the Facebook groups for Puzzle Combat, and I'm sure Governor has it on his Discord as well. So it is out there, and if you need to see it, and yeah, I will definitely post a link in the description as well, so that you'll have access to anytime. Alright folks, take care. I'm gonna cut it there, and hopefully you find this info as fascinating as I did. Apparently I farm way too much because this was just awesome, this little chart. Alright, take care folks.